What's going on, guys? It's your boy Dev back with another one. He's talking about this. Today we're going to talk about LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku is a unit that came out during the Super Battle Road meta, and he came out 2 months after Super Battle Road was introduced on JP, and he came out 3 months after Super Battle Road was introduced on Global. So let's go and talk about how he fared during that Super Battle Road meta. So to say the least, this guy fared well for the Super Battle Road meta, considering the fact that Super Battle Road needed new type leader skills, and this guy was 4 key and 100% across the board. So that was quite a solid leader skill, considering the fact that you can run double of this guy and he would get the job done, considering the fact that back then was a full attack meta. Offense, offense, offense. Because if I'm correct, you had about 8 items to play with, because you guys know you get 2 of each. So you had 8 items to play with, and you could just go ahead and burn your fucking Whis and drop this guy in the first slot, and he would just delete the enemy like fucking that. So to say the least, he did quite well for that meta because he was offense, offense, offense. He also had a solid leader skill for the time, and he was a over in the flash unit. You guys know how over in the flash units get down for the time. If I'm not incorrect, you had, who else? Who'd you guys have for the 2017-2018 meta? You guys had Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. If I'm not correct, you guys had Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, and you had a plethora of more options. So to say the least, I mean, there was units for the Super Battle Road stage you guys can go ahead and run, and that would get the job done. This guy was all attack, solid leader skill, over in the flash unit. You guys know how that goes. You fucking, you move quick. You kill off the enemy, move on over to the next stage. And if I'm not correct, I remember people complaining about how hard Super Battle Road was for the time. To be honest, I know that it was hard for the time because I did go back and watch those specific videos before I recorded this video. People did talk about how hard this fucking event was. Of course, there's going to be difficult content released in game and units to combat that difficult content. And this was one of those units that combated that difficult content. So, how does he look for the red zone meta? Are you serious? Guys. You guys see that? Let's go ahead and talk about this real fast. He is a 2017 unit with only 120% defense at the start of the turn. Meanwhile, LRs are based off of, in more so fact, how well they can get their 18 key super attack and how they can synergize on the team, attack stat, defensive stat. You guys know all that good stuff. More so the defensive aspect than the attack stat thing. But LRs have a bunch of grading processes. But I would probably say the most important thing about an LR in this day and age is their fucking defense. And when you have a guy who hurts himself from doing his 18 key super, what do you think is going to happen? You fucking die. So, to say the least, this guy is not gaining defense in either of his 12 or 18 key super attacks. And this is all he has. He has a big attack stat, quote unquote, in this day and age. Big attack stat, and nerfs his defense on his 18 key, and 120% defense. So, to say the least, this guy gets you killed in the red zone. I mean, you can't run him at all. He's literally just like dead. He's literally featherweight. So, obviously, you guys knew the fucking response. No, you are not running him in the red zone. So, of course, what's good about him? I mean, for his day and age, of course, what was good about him is his leader skill, being a leader skill that helped for Super Battle Road. This guy being able to hit mega fucking hard for his time, and him being an over in the flash unit, and also being on a solid team at the time of Super Saiyan 3, if I'm correct. I remember Super Saiyan 3 with that Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. I remember this team being, was this team meta back then? If I'm not incorrect? Of course, pre-EZA. Wasn't this team meta? I might be wrong. I remember Super Saiyan 3 being a superbly, like, a very synergetic team. Synergetic, is that a word? It had a lot of synergy. Synergetic, what the fuck is that word? So, I remember this team having a lot of synergy, considering the fact that these Super Saiyan 3 units were sharing experienced fighters. They were sharing Over in the Flash, Breaking Form, and Fierce Battle, Shattered Limit, these typical links for these Super Saiyan 3 units. I mean, Fierce Battle and Shattered Limit that's a lot of units. But the main 3 links that units shared was experienced fighters over in the Flash and limb breaking form. And to say the least, over in the Flash being their main link, that was quite good for the time. So, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, I believe he was on this specific meta team and he was doing alright. Correct me if I'm wrong, I might be wrong. I might be wrong, guys. I'm just saying. Alright, so of course, LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku, I already talked about what's good about him. What's bad about him is that he just has nothing. He literally, in this day and age, back then he was alright. He was good for his time. Now he's literally a 0 unit. I mean, leader skills in all practicality, you're not really going to use his leader skill for anything. For Dokkan Battlefield, there is far better leader skills to run over him. He's really outclassed his leader skill for Dokkan Battlefield. He does not gain defense either of his 12 and 18 key super attacks. He literally has nothing in his fucking passive. And he struggles for key like a bitch. And over in the Flash is a dead link. Right now, over in the Flash is a dead link. Back then it wasn't, but now it clearly is. Because I'm just going to say it outright. Fusions are dead. Okay? Fusions in Dokkan are dead. We don't have an amazing Vegito unit. And we don't have an amazing Gogeta unit. Okay? Do you guys know what the last Vegito and Gogeta was? I'll wait. It's Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta? A standalone Gogeta. And a standalone Vegito. Okay. I mean, to say the least, over in the Flash, that shit's gone. It's gone. It's done for. So, of course, the bad thing about this unit is basically everything. Everything is bad about this unit in this day and age. I would say the main thing that really hurts this unit is the fact that he struggles for key like a motherfucker. If I'm not incorrect, even back then, no, he didn't struggle for key back then. Because back then, if I'm not incorrect, if you put this guy in the second slot, excuse me, you put this guy in the second slot, and then you put like Tech Super Saiyan 3, for whatever reason, you run double Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, one as a leader and one as the other leader. You put Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks in the first slot and in the third slot, and then you put this guy in the middle. If I'm not incorrect, you got over in the Flash twice. Do you guys remember that? You was able to get double key links. Damn, bro. Why did they remove that? Why the fuck did they remove that? I don't know. Yo, that was weird. I'm not sure. My OGs, you guys know that. You guys know that back then you was able to put a unit in the second slot and then have 2 units in the first and third slot share that link together. It's like, let's say they all share over in the Flash on that whole rotation, right? Put this guy in the second slot, you put Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks in the first and third slot for whatever reason you're running him as a leader skill, and boom, this motherfucker would get 6 key. Also, I'm cursing a lot, goddamn. But yeah, I think that's really about it. Tech Super Saiyan 3 Goku, I mean, he's pretty clear, cut, and simple. They basically released him to combat the new content for Super Battle Road, which was definitely the hardest content in the game at the time. Now, for the Red Zone era, you're not running him. No, you're not. This guy struggles for key. His passive is fucking trash. He has no defense in both his 12 and 18 key super attack. He's outclassed by his leader skill. He has a bad link set considering the fact that over in the Flash is a completely dead in the water link. And that's really about it. I appreciate you guys watching. You guys are the best. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.